Hi, this is Tracy with the Limelight Pet Project, and I'm here with Elizabeth Walkie, and we are at, is it Langus Riverfront Park?
It is Reggies Personality.
And we have a very special guest today with us from Everett Animal Shelter. We have Reggie. So tell us a little bit about Reggie, about how old is he and how long has he been with the Everett Animal Shelter?
Reggie is 10 years old, and he's been at the Everett Animal Shelter since August 9th. He came in as a stray.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, our dogs all go onto stray hold for 72 hours after they've been brought in. And he has been there ever since. He had some surgery while he was here. He had a soft tissue sarcoma removed from his rear right leg.
Mm-hmm.
So he stayed there, and our amazing vet there took care of that. And he's ready now to go to a foster home or an adoptive home.
Oh, yeah, I can see that he still has his shave mark there, but it doesn't seem to be slowing him down at all.
Oh no, it's not slowing him down. He's made a full recovery. We are very happy with his progress, and he is. Nothing. Even when he had his surgery, it didn't stop him. He was ready to go. So he's an energetic guy.
So when we first met Reggie, he seemed pretty observant. How would you describe his personality?
His personality is he is very observant. He's curious.
Mm-hmm.
He's energetic, and he, as you saw, loves people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's his friend. So no matter, he doesn't get tired of it. He just sees somebody and he just wants to run over and meet them and love them and be loved by them. He's just a super affectionate, energetic, observant guy.
And he has some of the most expressive ears I think I've ever seen.
I know. He's got great ears, and they're always perked up.
So if Reggie could describe his perfect day, what would that look like?
His perfect day would be getting up from either somebody's bed or his own big cozy bed, and he'd start the day with a walk, and then go back home and be with his people. He would love a home where his people are with him more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
He's super attached to his person. And, just he loves to get out. So as active a family as he could find, he would enjoy. He loves to go hiking. Would probably be a great camping buddy, but because he's so curious, you got to keep an eye on him.
Right.
But I think his perfect day would be just waking up with his people and being included in all the family's adventures.
Oh. Now, you've had a few months to get to know him. What's your favorite thing about Reggie?
Well, his ears, of course. Hands down, everybody's favorite. I think that, my favorite thing about him is my favorite thing about all these guys, that they lose their families for whatever reason, and then they just move on.
Yeah.
And they teach us that it's okay. They trust us, and they're forgiving and happy, and no matter what, he's in a good mood. So.
And he came in as a stray, but it's obvious that somebody at some point spent some time with him.
Yeah, as attached as he is to people, he's obviously had people who really love him. And other than his mass that he had on his leg, as you can see there, he was in relatively good health. So somebody did love this dog, and you can always tell by these sweet personalities that they know what love is.
Right. Yeah. Now, other than being 10 years old, does he have any health issues that somebody might need to be concerned about?
Well, what they'll want to be concerned about is, so when Dr. Bethany removed this mass, it's a soft tissue sarcoma. And because of the placement, she only was able to get like fine margins. So anyone that would be interested in adopting him would want to be mindful that those yearly wellness exams will be very important. Keep an eye on the area, any changes, observing that area, have it looked at right away. But other than that, that's his only challenge, and it's at this point it's not a challenge. It's
right.
Just as he ages, you'd want to keep an eye on it.
Does he have any behavioral issues that a potential adopter should know about?
No, he doesn't love other dogs.
Okay.
He is okay with some, but they'd have to be calm and submissive, and like you can see how calm he is.
Right.
So he wouldn't enjoy a dog that's right in his face. So we would require a meet and greet with any resident dogs of potential adopters, because some of them he's fine with and some of them he just doesn't like.
Right.
And that's okay, that everybody is like that, right?
Yeah, my dog's the exact same way.
Yeah, and so matching him with that right personality would be something that we would do. But, he's a little anxious, so we don't want him to go to a home, like I said earlier, to a family that's not home.
Right.
He's going to want his people around more often than not. And once he gets that, he's going to calm down. He's like I said, he's a little anxious, but that's just because he doesn't realize what's happened to him.
Right. So he's dog selective, which is actually pretty common.
Yes.
What about cats or small children? Has he been around them?
Well, so we don't know his history with cats,
buddy.
and therefore we're asking for a home without them.
Mm-hmm.
As far as small children go, he's been great, with people of all ages, but his energy and his really inability to really notice his surroundings, he would probably knock over a really small child.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's a big, strong guy.
he's a big boy, but so children are okay, but we want a home without children, probably under 10,
Mm-hmm.
because they can get out of the way quicker.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger guys, the older guys. So not that he wouldn't be okay with them, because he's met my grandchildren who are 4 and he did fine, but they'd be on the
Right.
floor all the time with him. He just gets excited.
Yeah. So ideally, his best home would be no cats, dog selective, so he'd need to meet the dog first. Children 10 or older. What about a fenced yard and anything else?
That would be ideal, because he was brought in as a stray.
Mhm.
He may have just had the idea that he's going to go on a little walkabout and got disoriented. So we always like to have our dogs go to a home with a fenced yard so that they can go outside and relax and be safe. We don't want Reggie to go to a home that has a dog door and they're gone all day, because again, they can also get curious and start digging their way. Not that he ever did, but they get curious and bored.
Right.
And we don't think he would do well in an apartment,
Mm-hmm.
because if he was home, by himself, he'd probably start barking and get in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah. Oh, buddy. So if somebody sees this segment and they think Reggie is the perfect dog for them, how do they reach out to Everett Animal Shelter?
They could go to the Everett Animal Shelter's website, www.everettwa.gov,
Mm-hmm.
and they can fill out an online adoption application. We're not doing in-person viewings until they're approved,
Mm-hmm.
and then they could come and meet Reggie after they've been approved. But to go to our website and
Hi. Hey, sweetheart.
and see him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, here's to hoping somebody sees Reggie's segment and they think I have the perfect home for this dog.
That would be wonderful.
And one last thing, what are some of his favorite things to do? Does he like to snuggle? Does he really look forward to his walks?
He really looks forward to his walks. I mean, there's no limit. Like, he could go for
Mhm.
walks all day long. He is, at first in the car, he's going to be nervous, but once he knows that the car is a fun place, he's going to get used to it.
Right.
Squeaky toys, loves squeaky toys.
Okay.
And having a couch in front of a window where he could just look outside all day,
Oh.
he'd love that too.
Mhm.
Just to be watching the sights.
Yeah.
So squeaky toy and lots of walks, I think would make him really happy.
Yeah. So if somebody has a lifestyle where they like to take lots of walks, they have a couch in front of a window, and they maybe just want somebody that they can spend a lot of time with when they're at home, Reggie's their guy.
Reggie's their guy, and they will just love him, and he will love them. I mean, he's got a lot of life left in him and a lot of love left to give, and he will be the best dog ever. He will need a harness, though, I think, when he walks, because you see he pulls. So
Yeah, he's strong.
yeah, he'll need a strong person to give him walks,
Mhm.
because and again, maybe some training,
Mhm.
working with him.
Yeah.
He'll get rid of that, but at the beginning, they'll need to be prepared for a harness or
Yeah.
a special leash or collar.
He just seems eager to get to where he's going.
He's excited. He's very
Awesome.
enthusiastic.
Well, if somebody has a Reggie-sized hole in their hearts and home and they're ready to have him become part of their family, hopefully they see this segment and they contact Everett Animal Shelter.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
You're
and thank you,
welcome.
Reggie, for being such a good boy. This has been Tracy with the Limelight Pet Project, and we shine the light on harder to adopt pets because their stories are worth telling.